Corporate America definitely does have an influence over the middle class.
I don't think there is a unified movement that's trying to destroy the middle class.
Yes, they are destroying the middle class because the middle class is losing its ability to have a representation in the government.
I think that the wealth being centered so much in the top percent of the population like that can make other people feel like they don't really have as much of a voice.
When people say we're against corporate America, they're really referring to the interplay between corporations and the federal government.
Corporations don't have to be considered people.
They are considered people, so they can make unlimited anonymous donations to political parties.
Bank of America, for example, donates massive amounts of money equally to both parties.
It's gotten ridiculous to the point where you'll see bailouts, $700 billion being given for banks, which aren't being used to give people loans, but instead being used to give bonuses to these bankers up top.
Yes, that comes at a cost, and unfortunately it is to the middle class, and we see that very clearly as the middle class is getting smaller. I think that once you get into that system as corporate America, where you get a lot of kickbacks and a lot of benefits, you want to keep living that life, and I think there are very few of us who wouldn't.
It makes sense. If you're making the rules and you have financial interest to make the rules favorable for you, your friends, your colleagues, you're going to.
I think like in any profession, there's always going to be the bad apples of the bunch, and you can't associate the whole basket of apples with the bad apples.
There is some amount of greed and corruption that needs to be fixed. I'm not sure like the extent of it, but enough that like if that many people can notice it, there must be something wrong.
I think it's good that our generation has an opportunity to get out there and say what they need to say. This is kind of our time, I feel like. Whether it's focused or not is one thing.
People who are involved in the Occupy Boston movement are kind of using the corporations as something to blame for the discontent that they're feeling.
I don't think corporate America is to blame.
I don't know if the process of kind of like protesting this in this way is necessarily going to have as much of an effect as doing that through voting. I think that's probably the best way to go about it.
I think that it should really be a populist thing, that the people should dictate the way that we want the government to regulate corporate America.
People have to be a little bit more involved. We can't just not pay attention and just let it spiral out of control like it has.
We have to look at our country and say, okay, here's where we were, here's all the new technology and ideas that have come out since the inception of our country, and how are we going to change it for the better?